Alright everyone, today we're doing a quick brake pad replacement on a 2005 Ford 500, which will be the same as the Mercury Montego, and this should be the same for all of them, like 2005 through 2007. As you can see, the first thing we do is remove the wheel. This is a really easy one too, and I like doing the brakes on this because once you get the wheel off, there's two bolts that hold the caliper on the top and bottom. Those are 13 millimeter or half, yep, 13 millimeter or half. I don't know where the ratchet handle is. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is remove those two 13 millimeter bolts that hold the caliper in place. We'll get a pry bar and we'll gently pry the caliper off of the rotor. As we can see, the new brake pads here, first time I've ever seen this, the inner and outer pads are both identical. I've never seen that before. There's usually little slight differences between them. But we're going to move on from there. We'll pull that out. Then those pads are going to pop right in and out, the new ones, and then they just clamp it back over and bolt it in. And we'll show you here in just a second. Alright, here we have Fishing with Dom prying the caliper off of the rotor, and it's a little stuck because it's probably down to the bare metal on the back side and it's dug into the rotor a little. We're not going to do the rotors today, we're just getting some fresh brake pads on here because it's grinding a little. We'll do the rotors maybe next summer if he still has the car.
Yeah.
We use the C-clamp to C-clamp to compress the pistons on this dual piston caliper, just like that, with an old brake pad.
Crimp.
Yep.
Down.
Squeeze it down tight. And now we're going to set the. He's taking
like
showing you
that,
what he did. Yep. There you go. It's pretty easy.
For demonstration
if you
purposes.
don't have a brake caliper compressor. And now we're going to swing the brake pads back into place here, making sure they're flush against the caliper, and flush against the rotor.
There we go.
And then that one. Yeah,
there we go.
Dominic just snapped them both into place, and they are tight against the rotor. And now we should be able to carefully swing the.
Correct. That's better.
One more loop.
Okay. I don't know twisting it that much.
I don't need it, but it must have been when you were compressing it. Yeah, there you go. Don't want any kinks in that rubber hose because they can. When you're sliding this on, you slide it on, make sure it goes over the pin. Sometimes you have to push those pins in by hand.
I just had to do that with the bottom one.
Yep. And then there you go. We put the 13 millimeter bolts back in. You just start one, wiggle it around a little bit until it catches. Yep. And then you don't want to tighten it too tight. And then you go down to the bottom with the other one. And when you tighten those up, if you don't have a torque wrench, just give them a really, really strong tightening. You know, you don't want to put a lot of weight on, but like maybe like you're trying to lift something that weighs 10 or 20 pounds, and give it a good twist with your socket wrench or your box end wrench. And then we're going to bleed the brakes in the traditional manner. And this quick pad replacement job is done.